Rolling Tin Fist.
Hello, man. So, part of the problem of getting the red pill when you're older, after you got married and you got some kids or you've got significant time in life, is that you stumble back upon some of the mangina, white knight, simp crap you've done, and it may come back to bite you. Versus if you're younger, you haven't had much time to fuck up your life yet. Or maybe not fuck up, but, just do some mangina, white knight, dumb stuff, So there's hope. Like you can turn around the car quicker than the aircraft carrier when you're older. So back when I was, white knighting, um, I had helped a few folks out in terms of, I would just call immigration related issues, right? And, you know, it worked out in some cases, but the aftermath of that is that the old saying, you sometimes get punished for your kindnesses. And, some of those females uh, show to be quite ungrateful, if not to me, but to friends of mine. Anyway, I know there's not a lot of background, but my point is that sometimes this stuff comes back into your present from your past, even post red pill, and you kind of got to deal with it based on what you know now because you can't go back. And so I got a situation where a female acquaintance um, decides that she basically wants to have an anchor baby. Now, for those of you who are uninitiated in that term in regards to foreign women, so an anchor baby is basically the result of a person foreign to a particular country, in this context, United States, that isn't a permanent resident of the United States, but that has a child in the United States in order to get citizenship for that child. Now, United States and I believe Canada are one of the few countries left that you have a kid here, you're a kid, just citizen. I know in the United States there have been some changes in immigration law over the last, I would say, 5 to 10 years that has some mitigating circumstances. For example, before that child that is born here, that anchor baby, can file for any relative, the kid has to be 21. So that's just an example. I haven't looked at the immigration rules in depth in a while, but I know from the few things I have looked at recently, there's been a lot of changes from when I helped those individuals out way back when. And so the chick just messages me, out of the blue. Like she has visited, she's a friend of my wife's side of the family. But anyway, but I know of her. So anyway, she just kind of pings me out of the blue, and I'm like, okay. And we talk from time to time, but it's really just when I see her, I see her, and when I don't, I don't. She usually talks to my wife, never really chats with me that much. But women, when they want shit, that's when they find your number. And so she pings me like, "Oh, I've been trying to get hold of your wife. I can't find her." I'm like, "Okay." And I told her, "Well, my wife's she's overseas on business. Your best bet is to use social media to get a hold of her. And if it's emergency, if you can't wait till she gets back, that's your best bet." So she does that. And I'm like, man. By the way, this is before she doesn't tell me anything, right? She's just looking for my wife. But I'm like, it's gonna be a favor that has my name on it. I mean, my spidey sense is burning up, and I'm like, I just know it. It's either, oh, I just got knocked. I just knew it was something. So I'm like, okay, be cool. I knew it would come out. So I talked to my wife, and she's like, I said, oh, did so and so get a hold of you? And she goes, oh yeah, thank you. And yeah, I talked with her, and I said, oh, okay. And I didn't even ask, well, what's up, what you want? My wife kind of volunteered. Oh, um, she wants to have a baby here, but she can only get a certain amount of time off from work. And I'm just, my eyeballs are rolling. I'm like, ah, I knew it. I knew it. And so before my wife could even just lay it out, because my kids were in the car, so I kind of like, I said, look, I kind of gave her the tonnage that, when you're married to someone, you have your language. I basically say, look, kids in the car, kind of keep it clean and down low. So long story short, she basically wants to come here to where we live and have the baby and then go back, right? Now, it depends state to state. They have their own laws as well. There are some states that look, they don't really care whether you have a kid here or not, right? What they care about is the state having to foot the bill, right? Because if you're the type of hospital says, hey, you know what, we're going to just do what we do, the interest of the child, blah, 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 have the baby, we'll just work out the details otherwise. So they've clamped down on that in a lot of places. So basically, unless you have basically means cash in hand to pay for the cost of having a kid, you're basically, too bad, so sad. So what a lot of these foreign women are doing is that they will actually get together the funds to pay for the hospital services while they have their child here. And they're even in some states, as I understand it, that it's, a business where agencies will basically work with these expecting moms to find the most appropriate hospitals and what have you and services. Now, in some cases, these women will have like a friend here or even a family member here that'll help with that. But for those who don't, these agents will kind of help them work out the details. And again, as long as the hospital doesn't have to foot the bill, the state doesn't have to foot the bill, you know, it's usually a non-issue. Again, this varies from state to state. So, take what I'm saying kind of just high-level grain of salt. But the takeaway is that I wasn't even considered, for a social call until this need came up. And so I begged the question to my wife. I said, well, and before I could finish the sentence, my wife, she was embarrassed to ask me. And I was just like, okay, let's talk about this later. Because I'm like, of course you're embarrassed. Because what are you going to say to some dude, okay, your friend's husband? Hey, is it okay? I got knocked up. I want to have my baby in America. Is it okay if I stay in your house for a month? You got to have some balls to ask that straight out. So anyway, I know I'm going to get an earful when my wife gets back. But I'm just like, man, like, what did I get myself into, right? I mean, what the hell? Because this isn't the this isn't the first time this has happened. Because women are the hive mind; they talk. So again, from my prior white knighting, word around apparently got around that. Oh yeah, this dude will help you out. He's good at it. And so, and by the way, this is almost some like 7 to 10 years ago. But this is what happens. So, man, learn from this. Okay, learn from this. Some of you just disregard because you're MGTOW. You get it. It's blatantly obvious. But there're gonna be some of you that again you've had enough time in life that you've done some mangina or white knight stuff in the past that is gonna crop up, and you just gotta use that red pill knowledge and shut that shit down, or because it's gonna come, it's gonna happen. I guarantee it's gonna happen. So just be strong and shut that shit down when you can. All right, I'm out.